Here's a wild tour story with a particular artist that I cannot name, but I was in Europe. I left an artist on tour before. Like, I legit left. I left. And it's sometimes when you work with an artist, like, and it depends. Like I've worked with R&B artists, I've worked with pop artists, you know, and everyone's different. Like, A. Marie was the first artist that I ever worked for. To get that, I had never been a tour DJ before, so to get that gig, like, I remember I was working in a radio station in Virginia at the time, so like I had seen her in the hallway, and I was like, do you have a DJ? Do you have a DJ? You know, so she let me be her DJ, and that's kind of what started me. She was doing like random spot dates, so from then I was like, you know, touring is something that I want to do, and I want to be able to tour with these different artists, but everyone's different. You know, as I said, with K, how K is, you know. Then you have some artists who are very to themselves and kind of just show up for work. Then you have the ones that want you to be involved in everything that you're doing, and if that's not really your personality, you know. And I was overseas, and it was my first time like touring with this particular person, and I didn't have barely any money. Like, I might have had like I might have had like $1,000 in my bank account or something like that, and I don't even, maybe because I got paid for something, but I was like struggling and trying to figure my stuff out. And things got really, really bad. I had it. The situation, they weren't trying to fix the situation. So was kind of like irritated anymore. And then I remember everybody went to a party. Like, everybody. They went to a party. And I went online. I went to like cheaptickets.com or something and booked a one-way flight back from like, I don't know where I was. Like, I don't know if I was in Europe somewhere. And I spent like $1,000 and I had like no money. So I spent like literally, I remember looking at it, it was like by the penny that I had enough money to get back. And they were at a party. They had no clue that I was leaving. And I booked my flight. I called a cab, and I remember that they didn't speak English. And I was trying to tell the cab driver like where I needed to go, and he wasn't really understanding me. And then when we got to the airport was closed. So I had to sit in the taxi with this guy who didn't speak any English. I was trying to tell him where I needed to go for like an hour before they even opened up, because he was like, somehow we realized that I needed to sit with him. Opened up the airport, I went in there and got on a flight and went back. And I was so afraid. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I remember I had to like block everybody. I think I was using BBM at the time, like BlackBerry Messenger. I was like deleting people off my BBMs. I was like, I don't even want to read these messages. I don't know what they're saying to me. They had no idea that I left. So they're hitting me up the next day like, you know, the bus is about to leave, and I was already back in the States. But it is so bad. Like, I don't even think I've ever even told that part of it. Like, it was pretty bad. It wasn't even him. It was just like a collective of what was going on. But it was just like, it was more so like the people that were around that I couldn't deal with. And then a lot of fights and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what? I'm out. I've never done, like, I would never like leave anybody on, like, never. I would never do that. That was the only time I did that, but I feel like it was like necessary. So crazy.